Good evening, guys. I've been busy today. The first part of the day was I had to go and get some food for Anya, and also I thought, since I was running low on the paint I use for the to paint the Tardis models, I thought I better go and get some because just my luck they'll stop making it or something. So I went to B&Q first to get it. I usually get like a tester pot of the colour. I asked and they didn't do it anymore. So they mixed me something close enough. And I bought it. It was only £3. Thought I may as well for a tester pot. But I'm picky when it comes to the paints I use. So I looked for the nearest home base. And luckily I found one for 10-20 minutes down the road. And I went there and I got the paint I needed. So luckily they still do. They still do, but it's trade. I think the woman at B&Q said it's trader pots now, trader paint. But anyway, I've been doing another TARDIS model, and I said I'd show you it. So that's what I'm going to do. This one is of the earlier TARDIS, sort of like that went through the latter part of John Pertwee's era, and well, actually, it's the TARDIS all the way through. It's the same TARDIS up until the story called The Seeds of Doom, when that TARDIS, the very first TARDIS, the original TARDIS, was retired because it was falling apart essentially, and it was damaged and it couldn't stand up and so on. And then they built another one. This model's based on that one. It's heavily weathered. So let's take a look, shall we? Now this is the TARDIS model. Now, unfortunately, light isn't very good in this room, so I will attach some photographs of this in better lighting here. So there you go. There's better pictures of it and really shows you the detail. But I thought I'd show you it on video as well, in dark lighting, to really show you how colours can change in natural light and in indoor lighting. The roof on this model and on the prop itself was held on by some hinges that they put onto the sides of the roof. And the lamp was like this at one stage. Yeah, it was heavily weathered, like I said, and as you can see from those pictures that I attached for you, so you can have a look at them. I've splashed like mud on the bottom as well, and in some places it looks like here, for example, in the pictures I put up, it looks black here and black here, but really, and it's really just heavily washed with black paint, and the blue's still there, and then it's lighter here and there. Yeah, it's better. You can sort of see it there. See, it looks very dark here and lighter there. Now that's just achieved by washing black paint in one area more than others. So obviously the blue shows through more here than does there, but it is still blue. It's just a very darker blue because of the black washes. And you can see the creeping up splashes of mud and things like that. I'll move it around as well. I'll do, as you know, I'll do more of this model as well. There's the little hinges that I made to put on the roof. The roof was actually held on with hinges, 2 on one side, 1 on the other. This is what I always call it the kickboard, because this TARDIS pot was damaged on the bottom, and they just basically boarded it up. They boarded the damage up across like that with another board. And this piece was here in the centre divider was missing. This TARDIS also, the corner posts were held onto the walls with bolts, and you could see them on the prop. Here they are. There was 4 on one side and 4 on the other side as well. There's the back. And what you might also notice is the sides look a lot flatter compared to the front and back. That's because they took out the quarter rounds on the corner posts on the sides for reasons best known only to themselves. So you can see there, it's very flat here, but on the front, as I turn, oh, there's the bottom as well, to show you that you know, that's what the other side should look like without the damaged board. There you go. You can sort of see, you know, it looks a lot more substantial on the front and back compared to the sides where it just looks quite flat. So there we go. That's that model. And I'm very pleased with that. Also, I've painted more of the lightsaber. Now, I ran into a bit of an issue with this. The paint I ran through my airbrush and started spraying on this model. I noticed today, 2 days later, that it was rubbing off when I picked it up. I thought, well, I can't have that. So I had to spray paint it with some of my Halford's spray paint out of a tin. And I'll leave that for a day or so to set before I do another few coats on it. And this isn't going to rub off. So what I'll probably end up doing is using the airbrush for detailing rather than actually painting the whole thing. Obviously, the only 2 pieces on this bottom section that are going to be silver are the Graflex bit and the pummel. And this bit is just painted silver, then I'll paint it black, and then I'll sand it off in areas to show the silver coming through before heavily weathering this sabre. And we also have that front piece off the Blade Runner gun, which I've now weathered to match the rest of the gun. This piece in here is just kept white because that's why I'm going to put the glue in the same bit with that bit there as the screws pour in the side. And I've got to put the LEDs inside there as well. So yeah, there's more of the Tardis there. You'll see in the pictures that I put on quite clearly how heavily weathered it is. You can see the roof there. And there's Tom looking on, horrified. You can see he's horrified that he's out of his Tardis. So there we go. That was been my day today. I'm picking Paul up tomorrow. So she'll be staying here for a night and before I take her back home on the Monday. So yeah, it's been a bit of a long week, I felt this week. But yeah, back to normal next weekend. So great. Well, I will see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. Bye.